I'm so happy to talk about this next topic. I'm slamming the table because the same table slam I've been doing all damn season. Defend the Glen has been my motto.
Yes, it has.
All right, and one of the soldiers for Defend the Glen has been former number 3 overall pick Hefe Okudah, and I say Hefe Okudah because he was formerly known as Jeff, but Hefe has arrived.
He is a free.
He's free. Hefe is a free.
Yeah.
Balling. Pick 6, only his second pick in his career. And I want to say something real quick, too. I think there was, I don't know who it was. He was either an announcer or a fan that said, it's crazy, it's only his second pick. Honest to God, I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not bashing him. Please don't take this as a bash. But, he was never known for his interceptions at OSU.
Yes.
He was just known as a coverage guy. He was known as, what we see this year. Yes. He was a physical guy. And by the way, amongst starting cornerbacks in the league, I'm talking about guys that played 80% of their team's snaps, I should say. Jeff Okudah ranks, and I actually got to correct myself. I said 15th in the tweet. He actually ranks 14th. PFF, they updated the games the other day. 14th amongst all quarterbacks in the NFL per PFF in defensive snaps this year. Pretty good. Oh, coverage? You want to talk about coverage snaps? 17th. And obviously, you can take that out of context. If you go, you take off the 80% of snaps, and you want to go by everyone because there's guys in there with 2 snaps, 1 game played, and they'll be in there too. But for in terms of ballers, guys that actually seen the field starting, he is quite literally top 15 in the league. And you just love to see it. As a guy, as we drafted number 3, we were heartbroken. He's being called the bus all over town. It's just nice to see him on the field and producing.
It was my bold prediction at the beginning of the year was that El Jefe would lead the team in interceptions.
Yeah.
He's on track. I mean, you only got to get one more, and he's tied for the team lead. But he played a great game. He was only targeted twice, and no receptions resulted from those targets. He was clamping down the field. You love to see him being opportunistic on that pick 6. You love to see that. He was making plays when they were there to make. Obviously, Justin Fields did not throw the ball as much. I believe he only threw 20 passes in the game. But only 2 of them went to El Jefe's side because he had that clamped up over there. And you love to see the young man going out there and performing like this on a week-to-week basis. He's making plays. He locked down Justin Jefferson. He played against the Seahawks. He went out there and had a great game. And I'll admit the Bears' receiving core is subpar, but they're still NFL players. Chase Claypool is still a guy that can beat you deep. Is still a guy that can make contested catches. Darnell Mooney is not someone to spit at. He is a good receiver. But Jefe went out there and he played a great game. He has been a focal point of this defense all season, and he is continuing to show that on a week-to-week basis, that he's not only getting better as he is getting more reps, but he's showing his athleticism. He's showing his physicality in the tackling game as well as defending wide receivers. You love to see Jefe out there making
happy
plays.
for him, man. Genuinely happy for him. I mean, this is all coming after an Achilles injury. And oh, by the way, there's another gentleman on our football team that hasn't seen the field yet dealing with the Achilles injury. He's not even come back from the Achilles injury, but he's come back and he's playing his ass off, and he's on a shitty defense along with it.
Yes.
Take that with a grain of salt. It's easy to see Detroit Lions worst defense in the league, and then you don't notice he's a part of it, and you kind of lump him in there with that. But no, for the majority of the part, El Jefe has been playing pretty well this year.
Jefe is free. You love to see the guy out there because, like you said, you took so much slack. I was always on the part of, we haven't seen the guy. We haven't seen him play.
Yeah.
He hasn't played enough for me to label him a bust. We both said that at the beginning of the season. He has not been on the field enough to be labeled as a bust yet.
Yeah.
You can't do that when the guy's only played 9 games. And now he's out there on a week-to-week basis, healthy, CB1, leading the defense, being without probably the best player on this defense all year in Tracy Walker.
Yeah.
A guy that you know was behind you. A guy that you know, if you made a mistake, he'd clean it up for you.
Yeah.
Now he's got rookies back there. He's got Kirby Joseph, who's playing well. Didn't play too great, but he's playing well.
Came back to earth this year.
Came back to earth this week. But not having Tracy Walker back there is a huge, huge feather in the cap for young Jefe Okudah.
Yeah.
Because he's still out there doing his thing, and he doesn't have the best player on the Lions defense behind him to cover up for him if he gets beat or makes a mistake.
You want to even look at, like, immediately after Detroit Lions game, we were blessed with them giving us, I think it was CBS, or I don't know what channel it was. I think it was Fox, which I usually think Fox has NFC, but nonetheless, we were blessed with that. Well, I guess that's an NFC game. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
And boy, was that, like,
That was
worth
a
the price of
great
admission,
game.
too. You saw Justin Jefferson come down with
Catch of the year. Catch of the century.
100%. Like, all this stuff has been impressive. I'm not going to discount Pickens had one this year. I'm not going to discount Beckham. Anybody else who did that. He did it with somebody 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah.
Trying to snatch it away from him, and he still come down with it. Guess what Hefe did? He shut that man down. And you can say you get the safety on the top. That is true. That can't be denied, but he still did his part. Even he didn't have the safety over the top in every single situation either. Like, we have to give this man his flowers. It's to a point. We talked about a little bit picking up his 5th-year option, but I think they do, and that's in the future. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like rush that conversation, but I'm just proud of Jeff Okudah. I'm just proud of, like, again, as a Detroit Lions fan, knowing that he was invested in at the 3rd overall pick, and is questionable by a lot of us. It was also that 2020 weird COVID draft situation too,
And he was in Matt Patricia's defense.
Well, he's a rookie as well,
And yeah, he was put out there on an island by himself in a defense as a rookie, going up against Devontae Adams and guys like that. Like, come on, give him a break. And you might call him Jeffany, but I call him Hefene, and he's out there making plays. You love to see it. He talked about the comeback. We saw it in his preparation for the season. He was out there grinding. I'm out there grinding.
Well, that's why I'm such a big fan of it too. Is like all the media slander.
Yes.
Even by some of us here at the network, but everywhere though, like through fans. Well, I'm not like trying to call anybody out, but like it was by everybody. Though,
was.
It came in a landslide, and it's like it was a situation where like he was hurt too, and it's like he couldn't really do much about it to like prove himself. He had that one bad game against San Francisco, and then he was out. So like that was the only like memory you had of him that season, on top of like his rookie year. So it was easy to throw these things at him. Oh, bust. Oh, he sucks. Oh, this. Oh, that. And like, what did we see every time on social media with Jeff Okudah this season? Was him busting his ass.
Yes.
Working
in
every single
the
time.
lab.
Not even, there weren't no words, there were no, like, I think it was him just busting his ass every single time. He was just so like, even when you hear him spoke at the podium, and I apologize, I can't remember any like specific quotes, but I remember just like listening and being like, this kid has his shit together. This kid has his life together.
He was
like,
about the work. He was about the comeback. He was about the drive. Not,
you know how easy it is to fall like in the slums with that, because not only are you just dealing with your own issue by itself, like being injured and having like these bad performances, but then you also in the public eye where people are constantly slandering
on you.
Yeah. And bounce back from that, like the mental resilience, let alone the athleticism you show on the field too. I'm a big fan, to be honest with you.
I'm a big fan too. Like you said, the mental resilience and the physical toll that this took. Like, an Achilles injury is not something that a lot of people spring back from and are the same player. An Achilles injury literally ended Kobe Bryant's career.
Facts.
Achilles injury, you saw what it's done to Klay Thompson. It turned him to one of the best two-way players, one of the best defenders in the league, to a guy that's just kind of out there and shoots threes. So for Okudah, in a position that requires so much quick twitch movements, quick twitch speeds, and cutting, backpedaling, to bounce back from this and have this type of year is extremely impressive.
100%. And like, are there going to be plays where he's been burnt? Are there going to be plays where he gets scored on?
That's what happens.
That's the
the name of the game.
That's what happens at the position. You look at from Darius Slay to Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey was clowned in that Super Bowl. It happens. It is the toughest position, if not the toughest position to play in the NFL, especially as like that transition period time too, where you're coming from a college guy to the pro level. It's again, I'm just a fan. Again, I'm more so rooting for him because I've had moments in my life where I just felt like just down, like this shit was bad, out of luck, and it was tough to like stay positive to like make it out of those situations. But I was blessed of like just dealing with that in myself, my family, friends. Again, this guy's in the public eye dealing with that stuff.
Imagine opening Twitter and seeing everybody,
you're
a bum, you suck, don't even come back.
By fat asses like us too, or people with not even a profile picture, like loser, bum, 12-year-old kids, like all that stuff. And just to rise above it and pull your out and tell him to. I mean, maybe that's a little bit too far, but
A little bit, but it's all right.
suck it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to see. Just as a human being, like comeback story. Everybody roots for the underdog.
Everybody roots for underdog. Everybody loves a comeback story. You know, Rocky, Kim Kardashian, everybody loves it. So I'm very excited to see Jeff Okudah, El Jefe, continue this success. Continue the string games together. He's going up against the Giants, who, again, they're not really a pass-happy offense, but they've got guys out there. Wan'Dale Robinson's a good player. Darius Slayton is a good player.
Yeah.
Kenny Galladay sucks. But I'm excited to see Jefe go out there and kind of create that same havoc that he has by doing it in different ways too, locking up, making tackles, getting a pick six, doing what he needs to do to put his defense and to put his team in the best position to win football games.